So, what is this? SpongeBob's dead body?
I don't know. What do we got in the bag?
What's in the
One,
bag?
2, 3.
It's the new
EVGA
EVGA case.
DG-87 gaming case.
Big.
It's powerful.
It's big and powerful.
wait, so it's a gaming case? It games for me? I don't have to game by myself?
Ooh, it's static. It's statically charged.
We have an unbagging unboxing.
And breaking?
And
I was just taking the tape off.
unholding together.
Okay, keep in mind, this is...
But it does say not a
prototype.
handle.
Not a handle.
This is a prototype. This is not the retail version. We should clarify that.
That is true. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I think the retail is coming out in August or September.
I'm breaking it.
September. So we saw this guy at CES 2016. It is full tower, as you can see. EVGA said that they had designed it with keeping this side against the wall. So either for like on top of your desk or like a living room, like VR build. So you wouldn't really display this side so much and just do the side with the window.
So we're doing a walk around of the case. So it looks like we have over here power reset, as well as 2 USB 3.0 ports. Looks like, but they're black, not blue. Or maybe that's a Jesse. Come here. What's that versus that?
That looks like reset to me.
Yeah, it looks like reset up there, and then that's fan control.
That's probably the turbo button. I don't know.
The kill everything with your EVGA running gear.
That's a good question. We will get that answer soon.
We will know. That's That's what you get about these unboxes. Sometimes we don't know what we're looking at.
It's because all of their graphics cards models starts with a K, so they had to put a K on the
Probably.
case too.
So then look down
That's
here.
a USB 2.0, not 3.
Oh, it is 2.0 because the 3.0 ports are down here.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got another power, another one of those buttons. I don't know what it does. 3.0 microphone, headphone, HDMI,
Yep.
as well as a USB Type-C. And
So what's
over here by me, looks like that's where the power supply goes.
Good thing they have one of those. What? It doesn't
Just
come
one?
including. It doesn't come including their own EVGA power supply.
Doesn't.
Cheap.
Cheap.
Not a handle. Keep that in mind.
Look at
RAM.
I just pulled the tape off.
So
Wait, this is the front or the back?
This is the back.
It's just like the Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
So we've got a pair of 140s back here. I'm guessing this is an HDMI pass through to the, for the video cards. That's why you can have it over there. Probably great for VR.
Yeah. That's like they said. That's what.
Well, instead of having to buy a VR exclusive GTX 1080, whatever, and spend a $100 premium on that, hey, the case does it for you.
Yeah. So you got your power, you got your reset. I think we covered that, went over that. Front, it's like the little pop clips. You have to press, kick them out. Looks like 3 140s in the front. You have a removable filter. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
look at that. There you go.
That's interesting.
Still better than those module wins.
Still better than nothing.
Yeah.
Better than the magnetic ones. I hate the magnetic.
What?
Yeah, that's right. They suck.
You're wrong.
Stu, do you have too much iron in you? Do they keep sticking to you?
No, they're just flimsy, and I don't like them. All right, so that's the front.
There's a lot of fans.
There's a lot of fans. It has 120 pounds. I can see that.
So before we get to what EVGA wants to use as the back of the case, looking at where the rear I/O is, if you're wondering with this panel closed, where are you going to route all the cables from? Well, there is a pass-through here. And it's a decently big pass-through for, you know, unless if you're going to run VGA cables.
Or a DVI cable. Or,
then something is wrong with you, but don't get this case.
I mean, everything will fit through that, just not necessarily all at once. You might have to run one cable and then the next cable. But
so it's typically not the back of the case, but the rear side panel. It's right here, which I love this single handle lever release. I'm a huge fan of not having to use releases, not having to have screwed releases. I like toolless panels. We have the mecca of all drives. Got 2 SSD trays right here, 2 3.5 right here, another SSD tray here, and then 6 3.5-inch bays in what would, I guess, traditionally be the basement. Oh, and there's another 2.5-inch right down there. This is great if you want to RAID SSD or anything else.
I look at the size of the cable routing clips they're providing.
That's a little bit of overkill.
They know.
That's like media server.
Yep.
I like these fan splitters for the fan controller as well. They actually accommodate 4-pin fan headers. Look at that. What's that?
Really?
SATA? Is it Molex or SATA? I'm assuming for the fan controller.
I don't know.
Or possibly the speed gauges.
Well, there are a lot of cables that they include with this case, with all that stuff.
Look at the pass-throughs over here too. Hi, do you like EATX? This case will take it.
Can I fit my head through it? Let's see. Nope, I can't.
Needs to be bigger.
So it's the motherboard cutout, it's not a head cutout.
Yes. Coming to the business end of the case, where all the goodies go. So this looks like a plastic piece that I am pretty sure, yep, it's held in with a thumb screw. Okay. Down here. So take this one thumb screw out. This comes out and boom.
What material is that?
It is El Plastic.
Okay.
It's better than just plastic. It's El Plastic.
El Plastico.
El Plastico.
Okay.
So, one thing we were just about to say, it'd be nice if the door came out. So right here, there's a switch that slides down just like in an Indiana Jones movie. So first you gotta press, just slide this piece down. So this is in lock position. And you just slide it down to unlock. And the panel comes out. So this, to us, looks like a cable shroud or hiding or routing place so you can route cables. This is actually mounted or held in place with one thumb screw. It's supposed to be 2, and that just slides up.
Here, the cable's going through it already.
Yeah, there's cables already going through it.
And they're tied onto cables that are going through it. Awesome.
Yes. But underneath you still have grommets, so depending on what you want to do, if you don't want to use this, there's a lot of room here. One thing, just quickly looking at it, but even with all this room, I would have liked to see some option for mounting reservoirs. Because I feel like on a typical case, this area is just going to be not used, unless you're literally using a full big board. Okay, let's drop this back in. That just slides in. Put the thumb screw there. As we had mentioned earlier, so the case comes with 340 mil fans in the front. There is mounting for 120. So you could do 4 120 then. Right, all the way to the bottom. So I think you could put in a 480 radiator. There is space for that. And while we're in there, if you look closely, there is an LED strip. Looking at the size of the LEDs, these don't look like to be RGB to me.
Unless they're the kind of RGB where they space
Yes.
every third light or whatever.
Correct. Correct. The ones that cannot do white.
Yeah, or it's always a purplish
Yes.
kind of blue white.
Yes. Okay.
Radley PCIe covers. Aha. Play us a song, Jesse.
Piano.
Sing us a song, go EVGA man. Like I know.
EVGA.
So looking at the drive, caddies, I appreciate the fact that they're metal, but I think they would have been perfectly fine if they were made out of plastic, just to reduce some weight, and had some nice, easy. Because I don't know, I would like to see some screwless hard drive options.
Is it just because this case suffer from being overly designed?
It is. I feel it's one of those things. Reminds me of the episode of Simpsons where Homer is tasked to design a car.
Yep.
So,
And it just ends up with too much.
yes.
Too much, but not necessarily everything done well.
Yes. But nonetheless, this is an interesting case, and I think this will generate a lot of buzz. And with a pre-order, I think entry-level price of close to $100, I think it would be a good seller. Or
Well, and keep in mind this is a prototype.
this is a prototype. Yes, things will change, and again, even without the window, without the fan controller, I will say this case is a perfect case for a file server. You have so much storage options.
Yeah, it does. It does kind of have that giant, massive storage.
There's giant, massive storage and little things that I see. You don't have to have on a file server things connected, but if you need to do something, need to check something, plug in your HDMI in the front.
Just checking out the mounting.
Yeah.
It does support XLETX. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
all the way till here.
Yeah.
I feel like this is supposed to do something else as well, because there's screws right there. Maybe it's so that you can put something to prevent sag? I don't know. Well, you could mount... Oh, isn't it EK that has a single?
Maybe.
So this actually might work with an
Or
EK
Bits
reservoir. Or even Bits Power has two.
2 on the outside.
Yeah,
Then it must be the EKs.
because I know EKs have one in the middle, so that might work. We will find out. So like we were just saying that it would be nice if the power supply, exhaust or intake, probably exhaust, was kept higher so that, well, it would be an intake, right? Yeah, so power supply intake or the power supply filter should have been slightly longer. This just feels too small for a case this big.
So what's interesting is for a case that had a lot of 140s in it, I don't even think that's a 120
No.
size filter.
No. Other thing is, in the bottom of the case is pretty clean. There's nothing there. One thing we did notice is that the hard drive enclosures are riveted on, and again, this is something I would like to see, changed. I hope that they are not riveted in the end. But even if they are, if you want to remove them, that's an easy thing to do. Other than that, the bottom has no ventilation. You get some rubber feet on the bottom so you don't scratch any surfaces. And these plastic feet are screwed on. 1 screw on each side, so a total of 4 screws to take these off. That shouldn't be too bad. And I know this area is supposed to have a little screen here, or LCD or LCD screen kind of. When I say LCD screen, I'm not talking about a TV style, but the
Those are
alarm clock style.
still LCDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To display your temperatures and the fan speeds. And that we will cover more once we put a build in it.
Stay tuned for the full review on themodzu.com.
So this has been a quick overview of the EVGA
DG-8.
DG-8, whatever he said. Check out the show.
Don't forget to subscribe.